Good morning. It's July 9th, and today we're in Acts 27, and this is kind of an accounting of their voyage from on their way to Rome from Asia Minor, and it is including Luke, which I think is an interesting detail. For many years, people have said that Luke was not very knowledgeable about the ancient world, but as more time goes by and these things are investigated a little more carefully and new things are uncovered that have been hidden for centuries, we find that he's actually very accurate on his details here. So I think it's a mark of authenticity that he includes all these little details of places that they went and how the winds drove them and what time of year it was. And he's obviously firsthand knowledgeable about this trip. And that's one of the reasons I think that Paul had him along on this journey, that God had intended for Luke to be an eyewitness to these things and to accompany him to write down an accurate record that would have some apologetic weight to it later on, as people, maybe even in our century, waited to see that these things have been vindicated. We could see now that Luke is accurate in all of his details, and that helps us to know that if he was doing that so accurately for the physical details, for the geographical details, that he was also accurate in what he reported in terms of Paul's life and Jesus's life and the things that he was able to interview witnesses about. So I think this section, although maybe not a lot of theological depth to it, has a lot of um, confirmation of things that actually happen in the real world, which shows that God is a God of this world too, that he is intimately involved in the small details of things that happen here on earth, and he is interacting with his creatures here. So I think that's an important thing to note from Acts chapter 27.